This is it. This is video 12, final review and certification. And I'm so excited about what's going to happen in your lives with us on this run here at Beacon on the Hill. But what we're going to talk about is a summary of the key topics that we've covered in the previous 11 videos. We're going to do a final Q&A session, and we're going to talk about how to access additional caregiver support. And we're also going to make sure that you understand the Wellness360 Caregiver experience. And so what I want to do right now is talk about a day in the life of a 360 caregiver, of a Wellness360 caregiver. You see, at Beacon on the Hill, we are laser focused on providing white glove concierge care and a unique experience that are unmatched by other home care agencies. And so our clients deserve more than just assistance. That's not what they deserve. They deserve engagement, they deserve laughter, they deserve purpose, and that's why we implemented the Wellness360 program. This final lesson really is an attempt to bring everything together and what it really means to be a Wellness360 caregiver. And yes, we focus on and train about tasks and policies and procedures, but what I really want you to understand is that it's not just about providing care, it's about providing care plus wellness by creating daily wellness regimens for the benefit of our clients. And so when we go in before you come, we find out exactly what their needs are, exactly what their interests are. And by the time you get to them, we know whether they like Tai Chi or walking in the park or having augmented trips to different parts of the world. We'll do all of that heavy lifting for you so that you can come in and create one of those daily plans with them. Okay, and so let's talk about the other lessons and incorporate that here so you'll be ready for your test. And so the first thing is about clients' rights and confidentiality. You see, the key takeaway is that clients have the right to privacy and they have the right to dignity. And so make sure that you remember to never under any circumstances discuss personal information with anyone except for authorized individuals. It's really important to follow the HIPAA guidelines at all times. So imagine this. You're at the grocery store and people are getting to know you because you've been around. So one of the neighbors asks, "So how's Miss Johnson doing?" Now you might be tempted to say, she's doing pretty well. But she had a rough week with her blood pressure. Just stop right there. That's a violation of confidentiality. So instead you can say, I thank you, but I'm not able to discuss that, but I'm sure her family appreciates your concern. And that's a nice way to just confidently and, keeping their medical information out of their consciousness, you just maintain confidentiality. Why? Because confidentiality is really about not sharing medical details. That's not it though. It's also about respecting the client's space and their personal life. And see, the thing is that if you overhear a family disagreement, if a client tells you something that's in confidence, or if a neighbor asks you about them, always remember it's their information. It's not yours to share. Okay, so now let's talk about reporting incidents in emergencies. The key takeaway here is to always report incidents no matter how small. Know the difference between an emergency and a reportable incident. So document what happens with clear details. So let's say a client slips and says, "I'm fine, don't worry." Should you report it? Absolutely, you should. Even if they seem okay, they could have hidden injuries, right? So reporting small incidents now can prevent bigger problems from happening later. So let's talk about a good versus a bad reporting example. A bad example is the client fell but seemed okay. A good example is the client slipped at 2 p.m. near the kitchen sink. They had no visible injuries, but they appeared slightly unsteady afterwards. Family and the office were notified. That's a great report, and it's succinct and it's short. So you think about it this way. What if a slip turns into a serious back injury later? You see, the sooner we document a report, the better it is, because we can protect our clients. So now let's talk about personal care and hygiene assistance. So the key takeaway here is to always respect a client's dignity. Make sure that you let them participate in their own care when possible, and approach personal care with patience and kindness. You see, some clients, they may resist bathing because it just makes them feel vulnerable. It makes them embarrassed. So instead of saying you need to take your bath right now, try, would you like to freshen up now, or would you like to freshen up after lunch? So giving them choices makes a big difference for them. Okay? So really, really, really important. So here's a scenario which is helping a client who refuses to bathe. So if a client refuses to bathe, don't force them. Just try again later. Just try with the gentle, positive approach, because obviously hygiene is important, but you don't want to do that at the expense of your relationship with that client. Now, let's talk about home safety and prevention. The key takeaway here is to look for hazards like loose rugs, poor lighting, and clutter. Always assist with mobility if needed, and encourage clients to use assistive devices like walkers. So these simple adjustments, like better lighting and clear walkways, those things can prevent major injuries. All right, let's talk about the Wellness 360 approach. So in this last section, the key takeaways is that caregiving is really about safety, but it's also, more importantly, about engagement. Now, if you're engaged in their safety and their enjoyment, that's where you have a winning formula, and that's what separates us from our other competitors. You see, every shift should include personalized activities. And so Wellness 360 makes caregiving more fulfilling for both you and for the clients. You see, the whole idea here, we bring joy and engagement into care. We're not just helping our clients, we're transforming their life, because we're engaging in their physical care, we're engaging in their mental care, and we want them to look forward to having you come over so they can play the games that they enjoy playing, they can do the activities that they enjoy doing. And so it's so important to create that daily regimen to make sure they're in a position to know what they're going to do from day to day, and also have something to look forward to, as opposed to just sitting around and watching TV, or just sitting around and looking at the paint dry around their house. That's not a way to live. We want them to thrive. And so a mobile client enjoys a short walk. A client with memory loss enjoys listening to music and reminiscing on old times. And so as we finally wrap up, I want you to remember that at the end of the day, you're more than a caregiver. And I've said it over and over and over, but I'm going to keep saying it because I want you to understand it's not a slogan for us. You are a life changer. You've got to be the one that keeps learning, keeps staying engaged, always provide compassionate care, always keep that client happy to see you because they're doing something, they're moving their body, they're engaging their mind. Because if you ever need guidance to learn how to be a better Wellness 360 provider, Beacon on the Hill is here for you. We have your back. We're here to support you. We're here to let you know that we want you to make a difference in their life. Instead of going in a place where you're there with 30, 40, 50 people at a time and it's a stale environment, it's reeks of urine, you get to be one-on-one in somebody's home, spending time with them and really helping them get the most out of the last stages and the last portions of their life. You want to be a blessing to them. You want to be a companion to them. And you just want to be a person that can get joy out of what you do by bringing joy to somebody else. So I hope you're ready to bring Wellness 360 to life. And if you are, I'm looking forward to seeing your journey here with us. So let's make every single day meaningful for our clients. Take care, be prepared for this test, and I'm looking forward to seeing you win in this business and within this industry. Take care. Bye-bye.